You want delimitations is inevitable. Now, better than this, any other formula? How South India is losing seats?
I see no threat to South India. That's how Andhra Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu is framing the delimitation debate today.
What is the injustice for South India or smaller states or northeastern states?
At a time when several southern leaders are raising concerns about losing political representation, Naidu is taking a very different line. He didn't just downplay these concerns, he dismissed them. He said delimitation will be fair, that no state will lose out, and that fears around political representation are misplaced.
No state will get any setback or injustice. South India, no injustice for South India.
His confidence seems to come from what Home Minister Amit Shah said in Parliament, that there would be a 50% proportional increase in seats for all the states, and that population criteria would be delinked. But here's the catch. That 50% assurance is not part of any law. It's not written into any bill. And Naidu is not a first-time politician. He knows that when it comes to something as consequential as delimitation, what matters is not what is said, but what is guaranteed. So how is TDP chief justifying his stand? And why is it hard to take it at face value? Let me explain. For those who are not familiar with my work, I was a journalist who worked with 2 national channels for years. I made the switch to the News Minute a few years ago. It was a well thought out decision, as I'd gotten tired of the polarization, sensationalism, and shouting matches every single day. The World Press Freedom Index is out, and India has done worse than last year. We're at the 157th position. And at this moment, I'm truly thankful that I decided to make the switch and be part of an organization that's small but punches much above its weight. You've been with us throughout this, and thank you for that. This Press Freedom Week, I have 2 simple requests. The first one is obvious. Take a subscription and support us and our work. And second, share our work. That's the only way to beat all the algorithms. Now back to Chandrababu Naidu. Let's rewind a little bit. Naidu was making a very different argument on delimitation just a few months ago. He was urging people to have 2 or more children and proposing a population policy to maintain demographic balance.
Now I am promoting 2 minimum, 3 and more, it is welcome.
Standing in the Andhra Assembly in March 2026, he laid out the concerns clearly. The state's total fertility rates, that TFR, had fallen to 1.5. That's well below the replacement level, which is at 2.1. That's what's needed to maintain the population stability. And then came the policy pitch.
2 కంటే అబౌవ్ ఎంతమంది వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చేస్తే డెలివరీ సమయంలోనే 25,000 రూపాయలు ఆ పేరెంట్స్కి డబ్బులు ఇస్తామని చెప్తున్నారు. ఇది ఒక పెద్ద గేమ్ చేంజర్గా తయారవుతుంది.
Look, this wasn't just rhetoric. It was a marked reversal of decades of population control policy. A state that once disqualified people with more than 2 children from contesting local body elections was now moving to remove that restriction. In fact, reverse it completely. Naidu himself acknowledged the shift.
2 కంటే ఎక్కువ పిల్లలుంటే లోకల్ బాడీస్ లో పోటీ చేయడానికి అర్హత లేదని పెట్టాం. ఈ ప్రభుత్వం వచ్చిన వెంటనే 2 కంటే ఎక్కువన్నా పోటీ చేయడానికి అర్హత ఉందని పెట్టాం. తొందరలోనే 2 కంటే తక్కువ పిల్లలుంటే అర్హత లేదని మళ్ళీ ఒక చట్టాన్ని తీసుకొచ్చే పరిస్థితి.
The goal was explicit: to push fertility back to 2.1 and prevent long-term population decline. Naidu did not frame this as just an economic issue. He linked it directly to political consequences. Even before the delimitation debate reached the parliament, Naidu argued that the number of Lok Sabha seats should not be linked to the census. He warned that such a system would disadvantage southern states that had successfully reduced fertility and had invested in development. But when the delimitation question eventually came up in Parliament, Naidu did not insist that this safeguard be written into law. Instead, his party supported a constitution amendment bill that continues to link seat allocation to the latest census. Now, Section 8 makes that very clear. And Article 81 of the Constitution, which mandates population-based representation, remains completely unchanged, which means that the core principle that Naidu once opposed is still intact. Now, even more significantly, the earlier freeze on seat redistribution that was in place since 2001 is being removed. That freeze was introduced exactly to protect states like Andhra that had implemented population control. Naidu was part of the political ecosystem that supported that safeguard at that time. Now, it's gone. What replaces it? An oral political reassurance by Amit Shah that all states will receive a 50% increase in seats. There are many experts who agree that an equal 50% increase of seats for all states could be a compromise formula, but that reassurance is not in law. And Naidu understands the implications of relying on assurances, because Andhra has seen this many times before, particularly during bifurcation. A promise was made in Parliament that the state would receive the special category status. Now, that promise became the basis for acceptance, but it was never implemented because it was never written into law. In fact, on March 2, 2014, Manmohan Singh's cabinet directed the Planning Commission to implement the decision to grant special category status to Andhra. For 4 years, the next Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, kept saying the same, and finally, it did not get implemented. Now, this made TDP, an ally of the NDA at the time, to move a no-confidence motion in Parliament against the BJP.
Mr. Prime Minister, do you have any respect for commitments made by your predecessors? Indeed, should you even have a choice? What value does the word of a Prime Minister given on the floor of the House have? Can we believe that if you give an assurance, it will be fulfilled in the future, even if you are not around?
Now, that was TDP MP Jaidev Kalla's speech asking what good is an assurance. Does the same logic not extend to the delimitation assurance itself? Look, such change of positions is not new in politics, and we've seen this happen many times before. In Naidu's case, he's also been open about such new conversations. Recently, he countered Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's charge that Hindi is being imposed on people. Naidu claimed Hindi is a national language. Well, it isn't. But at this point, I feel like a tape recorder who said this again and again and again.
I'm asking who is imposing? Government of India is supporting mother tongue in Tamil Nadu, Tamil, Andhra, Telugu, Kannada, Karnataka, Kannada, Malayali in Kerala, even Gujarati in Gujarat. Who is insisting?
There is enough data to show that the union government has spent disproportionate amounts on promoting Sanskrit, Urdu and Hindi compared to the languages that Naidu had listed, which included Kannada, Tamil, Malayalam and of course Telugu. But to be fair, unlike politicians in Tamil Nadu, Naidu has never been a part of language politics. So one can't accuse him of any U-turns, at least here. It is now that he's speaking up and taking a clear line. Naidu taking positions and counter positions are not very surprising. Moving out of the NDA in 2018 and then being an extremely strong critic of the BJP and Modi have had its consequences. Back in the Chief Minister's chair, Naidu perhaps believes that it's best to climb in the boat rather than rock it.